golden ticket.
That's a winner!
Domination, 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 domination.
I've got a golden ticket.
That's a winner!
We ready? Hey everyone, here live, DraftKings at Casino Queen. I'm a little rusty, guys. It's been a while. I've been away for like 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, a little
Going on,
extended
John?
vacation. Who does this guy think he is, right?
I know, right?
Well, see,
Yeah.
Florida, St. Louis, really tough decision.
I was gone from here for 5 weeks. I don't think I've taken a break from anything in my adult life for 5 weeks.
Yeah?
Well, I've taken
Yeah.
a break from my wife for 6 months, but
Oh, okay.
well, that was we planned that. But
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
I mean, I was in Arizona and she was here and we were moving, and I only saw her one time in 6 months. That's the only time I've been away from really anything for an extended period of time. Yeah, Florida
Yeah.
was beautiful. The weather was actually really, really nice, except for one day. I think I was there 14 days. Yeah. Tampa, I wanted to move there.
Oh, yeah? It's beautiful. I
went,
love it.
I went to Tampa Bay Downs twice. They weren't running live.
That's all?
Yeah, that's all.
Oh,
Because they weren't running live. They weren't running live.
yeah.
But I did play the Belmont Stakes down there. It's an OTB off-track betting facility. You can bet other tracks from all over the world.
Remind me which Belmont horse won.
I can't even remember the name. Started with an A.
Yeah?
I don't know.
What were the odds on him?
8-1.
8-1 horse
8-1.
won.
I'll
crazy,
remember the
nothing-
name as we do this tonight. I'll remember the name.
Yeah.
But I've probably bet a lot of races since then. So
We can search the World Wide
how do I
Web and
forget the
find
name?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It starts with an A. It's one word.
An 8-1 though, not the favorite, not the long shot,
But the jockey who won, he was 0 for 14 or 0 for 15. I think he was 0 for 15 going to the Kentucky Derby. Had ridden 15 times the Derby and never won. He won the Derby, and he also never had won a Belmont, and he won at Belmont. And it was the first female woman trainer that's ever won a Triple Crown race.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, so that's a big deal.
First female jockey to win a...
No, trainer.
No, the trainer.
Yeah.
First
So it's
female
a
trainer.
male-dominated sport, and more women are, rising to that level.
Yeah.
Especially
Who's more important, the trainer or the jockey?
Well, it depends who you ask. Right? So if you ask the trainer, It's just a rider on the back. Most of them will tell you for real. They won't say that
Really?
publicly, right?
Yeah.
But behind closed doors, well, here you are. They'll say that, and then the other way around, the jockey will say, of course, the jockey's more important, right?
Yeah.
But the horse has to be fit, right? The horse
Yeah.
has to be able to run. But I believe just like anything else, there's relationships. Just because it's a person on top of the horse's back, people have relationships with animals, right? So, yeah, I believe in the right jockey for the right horse, and it's hard to find that combination sometimes. But at that level, it's really neat to see a woman trainer get it done, and I think she was as shocked as everyone. Great ride, by the way, by Javier Castellano. Sat on the rail behind the horses, turned for home. The rail opens up, darts right through at the top of the stretch, and held on. Great ride. Pretty neat story. I did not use the horse at all. Hadn't raced enough for me. But
Yeah.
8-1 was a little low for a horse like that for me to bet. I was all over Hit Show. The horse was right there all the way around and then quit.
Oh, it quit?
Quit.
Oh.
Yeah, and I didn't even get a great price on Hit Show, but
What do you go off at? 7 and 8 to 1, 9 to 1?
Yeah, something like 9-1 or something. I could be wrong. I don't
Yeah,
know. I remember it was
yeah.
a lot of races ago.
Yeah.
A lot of races ago. We move on, right?
That's the last leg of the big one, though.
Yeah. Well, there's more. We got Breeders' Cup coming up in November. Yeah, the track.
November.
Yeah,
That's a long way away, David.
So many Grade 1 stakes races and big cars at Saratoga, Del Mar coming up starting next week. There's 6. Oh no, those are the two of the best meets of the year.
All right.
I know you just know about the big races.
Well, yeah, I'm a casual.
Yeah.
So the casuals only know about the big ones.
So when we get the Breeders' Cup weekend, that'll be a weekend where don't call, don't write. What was my favorite line, John?
Lose my number.
Lose my number. Do not call.
They can call me if they're calling to talk about football on Saturdays. But if they're not, then lose my number. Yeah.
I appreciate you guys.
That's why I don't like going anywhere to watch the games on Saturday, Damien, because I can't, where are you going to go to watch the Clemson game? I'm going to go on my couch is where I'm going to go. Because I got somebody coming up to me every 5 minutes wanting to ask me what I'm wanting to drink and what to eat. I don't want anything. I want you to ask me what's going on in the game. I don't want to, got too much going on. Yeah,
Damien, if you've ever sweated a game with John, he takes you.
I don't think I could.
It's fun. It's nice. I like it.
It's a lot. It's exhausting.
Well, I mean, college football is exhausting, man. It's just that sport, It's like you lose one of those games, it stings, it hurts,
Your team falls behind 7-0 and you get hyper. I don't think I could do it.
I know.
I just don't. I don't get hyper about it much of anything until late. I mean, if your team's down 21-0, hit midway through the second quarter, then you're like, okay, this one might not be a good one. But I'm not. I'm a diehard Steeler fan. I'm not gonna. You're not gonna hear me yelling and screaming when they get down 21-0. The way it happens,
you're
the
not
way it
very
is.
animated though, right?
Nah, I can be, but not about that. That's.
Well, I've seen you animate.
Yeah. Like, I can get pretty upset. But
I always find that funny. It's not an inside secret, but when Damien's upset, he's not shy.
no.
He's not shy about it.
But sports betting, not so much. I don't get too worked up about it.
Well, I appreciate you guys having taken over for the last several weeks. I know we've been here the last few weeks, but that was planned for the most part, that we were going to take a break from the show, so everybody could get a little breather. Here we are sitting at training camp opens next week?
Football breather.
You got about 2 weeks till training camp.
Okay.
Yep.
And we were
Usually it's between the 17th and the 20th. Kind of depend. Like the teams that play in the Hall of Fame game, they can open up like 5 days earlier than everybody else, and then everybody else kind of reports around close to the 20th is generally the day is when most teams will be in training camp.
But here we are. We were talking a little bit before the show. I asked Damien when he was on Hard Knocks this year, and you said the Jets.
Jets will be on Hard Knocks.
Jets.
They did everything they could to fight it being on Hard Knocks.
Really?
They did not want to be on Hard Knocks.
Weenies.
They made it very clear they did not want to be on Hard Knocks.
Why not?
The owner on down. But there were only 4 teams that qualified they
What's the
could be on
qualifying?
hard.
Take us through this. I
Okay,
don't-
I don't remember all the qualifications, but I believe you cannot have made the playoffs in the last 2 years.
Really?
You cannot have a new head coach, and I'm pretty sure there's a third one as well. You can't have been on Hard Knocks in the last 5 years,
Okay.
unless I know like the Lions evidently were volunteering to do it again, but the NFL didn't want that. I guess they kind of thought Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets would be a good storyline for Hard Knocks, and that's kind of what happened. So yeah, the Jets were very unhappy about it. I believe the Commanders were one of the teams that could qualify for it. I don't remember the other. I don't remember for sure the other two. Maybe no, it's not Denver, but there were like two other teams that
I
qualified.
just don't understand why they don't let every team go through just the cycle of all 32, right?
Yeah, but you don't want
I
to
mean,
pick a team.
Well, that's why I said that's why
Suck.
there's certain rules, and when the NFL agreed to do this, it can't be a team with a new head coach, can't be a team that made the playoffs or last
so
year.
Detroit's coach is his third year then, I'm assuming, because last year was the second year.
So, yeah. So like I said, they have a couple. They just have a couple of rules, and like I said, the Jets owner made it very clear he did not want. The Jets coach made it very clear, and the NFL basically said, nope, you're who we're choosing.
Okay.
So
But Jets.
I'm interested.
I will tell you that
Oh,
while we were
Arcangelo. Thank you, David. Arcangelo.
Archangelo.
That was the name of the horse that won the Belmont. Sorry to
Oh,
interrupt.
okay.
Arcangelo. I knew it started with an A. Thank you, David.
I will tell you, as far as the Jets goes, one NFL thing I did bet during our hiatus, I came down, and when they posted the division odds to win the AFC East, because they had not posted them previously, I bet the Jets to win the AFC East at plus 270. So I did it as soon as I could, as soon as I saw it was posted, and I went ahead and bet that.
I wonder what they were before Aaron Rodgers came aboard.
Yeah, that would be a good question.
Yeah, I'm curious. It probably plus what, 400?
I imagine it would have been
plus
bigger than
500?
that. I imagine it would have been bigger than that. They were.
Does he have anybody to throw to?
That was one thing I bet today. I bet Garrett Wilson over his touchdown receptions for the year, over 8.5. I believe you're going to see Garrett Wilson turn into Devontae Adams and Antonio Freeman and
Wow.
every other elite Green Bay wide receiver they had during the Aaron Rodgers. And Wilson's head and shoulders above all the other Jets receivers. I mean, yeah, they got Lazard from Green Bay last year, but Lazard's not really a. He's not
But he's
really.
Familiar with
He's
Aaron
familiar with
Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that can't
But
hurt any.
Garrett Wilson's in a league of his own as far as talent. He's a better wide. He's got more talent than Devontae Adams ever did. You're going to see Garrett Wilson blow up in New York this year.
So as we hit the Death Valley, we'll use that term, of sports, right?
Yeah.
We are going to be in the heart of it next week.
Yeah, well, we're getting closer.
Yeah.
ACC Media Days are July 25th.
Can we
For
bet on
my
that?
Tigers.
How long people's...
It's all the
speeches
media
are?
days for
I
the
know.
conferences. It gets it going with the coaches and stuff like that.
Gets his
so-
See, I won't care until the middle of August when I'll really start doing some research on college football.
And what's what's week
Saban and
zero?
Jimbo get to talk about how much they hate each other.
Yeah. Well, when's week 0?
August the 27th. Let me look.
Yeah, it's the
So that'll be-
week. It's the weekend before my birthday.
And when's... Oh, very nice.
You know.
We won't discuss ages. I just had one myself. That's why I took a little free time off to celebrate how old I am.
So yeah, I played one other NFL season prop.
You played a lot, didn't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, you gotta-
I've got
been
almost
talking about-
$2,000
Yeah.
already in the NFL season stuff.
Yeah.
I actually played Calvin Ridley over 6.5 touchdown receptions.
I
with
like
Jackson,
that.
and it was
Love
Well,
that.
it depends
was-
if he betted
and
himself.
it was plus juice. Yeah, hopefully,
Plus juice.
plus juice. Yeah,
Calvin
hopefully
to
he.
get over 6.5 touchdowns.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't bet it himself. That'll be a loser for me.
If he bets it himself, it's going way under.
Yeah,
Is there a line on that, whether he makes a bet this year?
How many
Well,
players
You had a
kicked out
couple.
for gambling
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
You had
Yeah.
a couple other ones that just got
Yeah,
It's
some
kicked out.
Colts.
A couple of Colts
Yeah.
and one and a Titan.
Let's talk about
So-
that a little bit.
Yeah, one of the Tennessee Titans offensive linemen got 6 games. He didn't bet on the NFL. He bet something else while at the.
So wait a second. Those guys can't bet any other sport?
Not if you're at the team facilities.
Oh, okay. But if you're
And-
off and you want to be in a sports book, you can make a bet on other sports.
You cannot be in a sports book during the season. But yes, you can be in a sports book, but you cannot bet anything to do with the NFL.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
But like, yeah, he could
What
come.
stops the guy next to him punching it in for him? Like if you're standing
That's
next
why.
I
That's why
mean-
you can't. That's why you can't bet it during the season.
Yeah.
That's why you can't be in a sports book during the season.
Okay.
They're very, very strict about.
So if you're
that.
in Vegas and you're there for a game, you can't get caught in the sports book anywhere near a sports book.
No,
Okay.
Wow.
Can't even
Nope.
having a drink at a sports book.
no,
Okay.
yeah.
Week 0 is August 26th.
That's later.
Huh? I said 27th.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said 22nd.
Well, my birthday's the 31st, so
How old are we gonna be?
50.
Did the big 5-0? We gotta do
Big-
something special for Dave.
5-0.
Yeah,
I've already experienced it, Damien. It's not that exciting.
I'm not excited about it.
Wow, the big 5-0 and the start of college
And
football.
we're talking about somebody who's under 40.
I'm just I'm looking forward to that because
Hey, the alternative is not very good.
No, but I want to tell you just something funny. But I thought about the other day on near my birthday.
All
I
right.
said, John, when John is 50, I will be ready for Medicare. I will be able to qualify for Medicare when you're 50.
I'm not
You
sure.
use some of that money they've been taking out of our checks for decades.
I'm not sure
Hoping
John's
around.
going to see 50. I think John may have a heart attack watching a Clemson
We'll
loss.
be all right.
Eating something
Hey,
with cheese on it.
these coming years are these going to be. The
I will.
good
I
years.
will.
adds
I will
cheese to
tell you.
everything.
I've got.
We got DJ Uwe Ungalale ruined the season out of town. so that's
I'm
good.
getting more and more afraid of having to listen to John all season because the more I've and I have looked a little bit at college football. Clemson's going to be way better than I want them to be right now.
Well, we talked about this.
This
The
is-
over-under
this
for
is
wins,
gonna
John,
be-
is what?
Hey, hold on.
This is going to be misery for all of us because we're going to hear how great
I still
Clemson
haven't
is
got my T-shirt.
for
You know,
18 straight weeks. We're going to hear how great Clemson is during college football season.
At least you weren't
They're-
here during
they're-
2018.
Clemson's going to be at worst 10-1 going into
11-1.
they'll be at worst 10-1 going into the South
Hey,
Carolina game.
What do you think? What do you think their season win total is?
10.5.
You're not going to believe it, Damien. They let us out of the bag. It's 9.5, Damien.
God,
9.5.
on that 12 game. Now they don't count the bowl.
9.5.
Just for
Damien.
y'all on those, they do not count the bowl games.
I know it doesn't matter. They're not losing 3 regular season games.
I would
They
have
might not lose 1.
I would have to tend to agree with
I
Clem,
think John took a caffeine
Clemson
pill.
John. Clemson John may want to go.
Pain pill.
No, I said a caffeine pill.
No, it didn't.
I think Clemson John may want to just go and bet that when he gets a chance.
Everybody needs to. 9.5, David.
What's the minus?
I don't care if it's minus 300.
Yes, you do.
It's
Yeah, you
minus.
do.
Yeah, I do. It's minus 140.
That's not bad.
That's,
I
that's
told
very
you.
reasonable.
I told you minus 140.
Yeah.
That's the number I put on it.
That's very
Yeah.
reasonable. Hey, yeah, you're going to see Clemson in the top 5 or 6 of the polls by the end of the season.
Oh, they're doubting us now. I love it. I love it. The world's doubting us. We're at 9.5.
The world.
Florida
is
State's
against
going to
them.
win. What's that?
I said the world's against you.
Yeah,
No, that's not true.
the world versus us. Florida State's going to win the ACC. You hadn't heard the news?
They're
Breaking
a
news.
very, very, very slight favorite
Jordan
to win
Travis.
the ACC.
He's going to come into Death Valley and beat us in September. Good luck with
But
that, Jordan Travis.
What Florida State has going for them that Clemson doesn't as far as national championship aspirations is Florida State's going to open the season with a real college football team in LSU.
Yeah, they're going to play LSU too.
Clem-
That's
Clemson
those
play
are going to
Clem-
be 2 of the most
What game
overhyped
are we
teams
going
in the
to?
country.
What game are we going
Clemson
to?
plays a bunch of dogs.
Wait, we're going to a game. What game are we going to?
Go to whatever game you want to, David. They're all open to the public. We got 6 home games.
It's like the World Series of Poker. You got the buy-in, you can go, right?
You got the buy-in, you can go,
Do,
baby.
do you have to go to Clemson for the game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
do?
don't.
Okay.
Well, you don't want to go to
You're
a
gonna-
away game. You know,
well,
I
you're-
go to a away game. Don't get me wrong, but you don't.
It'd be a lot. It'd be
Well,
a lot
we would in
easier.
Louisville.
It would be a lot easier to. It'd be a lot easier to go see him play, say Duke, who's not going to sell out their stadium.
Right.
And you could probably get a pretty good seat
How
for
far
that.
away is Duke?
Oh, the line on the
Clemson's not
opening-
very far from Duke.
That's what I
No,
thought.
Durham.
It's like 4 hours,
4
less
hours,
than that, maybe
yeah.
a little less than that.
Further away from here.
No, it's about the same
no,
distance.
it's
probably
middle
a
of North
little bit.
Carolina. It's the
Probably a
middle of North
little bit
Carolina.
closer to Duke's in Durham.
Yeah,
It's
Raleigh,
probably-
that area.
Yeah, it's a little bit closer to Durham than going to
Durham and Chapel Hill are 6 miles apart,
South
David.
Carolina. 8 miles.
8 miles. Yeah. Yeah, but what do you think the opening line on Clemson Duke is?
Clemson should probably be 17.
13 right now. 13. We're getting some value. They're doubting us, Damian. That's what I'm saying. I just love it, Nobody can play the doubting us card better than Dabo. He will fire them up and use that "the world hates you" line all season. I love it. Because the players don't want to sit around and listen to how good they are, or coaches don't want them to hear that.
No, coaches do not want them to hear
They don't
that.
want them to hear how good they are all the time.
Definitely
As Nick
don't want
Saban
that.
would say, rat poison. That's what he calls it. Just a bunch of rat poison.
Yeah. I mean,
David, the email hasn't come through yet. So David sent me some information on Hard Knocks. So while you guys are
Oh,
talking about that, I'm
okay,
going to get a little
okay.
information from David. Said
Yeah.
he emailed it to me. It hasn't come through yet, David.
The
so-
first game of the year is Navy and Notre Dame. That's in
I
Ireland.
believe it's Ireland.
They're going to Ireland to play.
I guess Notre
So
Dame's
weird.
probably a huge
I've always
favorite.
wanted to go to Ireland.
-20.
I'd
take
probably
the
take it.
points.
Yep, I have to agree with him. I
Give me the
Him.
points.
Him.
gotta agree with
Points.
Clemson on that one.
Not much else on this week 0 slate.
Hey, Mark. What's going
There's
on?
probably a couple of games in there that are probably a little better than
And
you
you
think.
got stuff like you got Navy and Notre Dame opening up in Ireland,
Yeah.
and then you got UTEP and Jacksonville State, UMass, New Mexico,
State. Yeah. it's-
Ohio, San Diego State, Hawaii, Vanderbilt, San Jose State, USC, FIU, and La Tech.
Oh, yeah.
That's
There's.
all.
Yeah. I guess you're
Yeah,
right. There really
that's all
isn't
we've
much
got.
of. There really isn't much of anything going that
Yeah.
first week. That Notre Dame Navy game will be a big game on TV, and there'll be a couple of snoozers. USC's 30.5 right now,
Yeah,
playing San Jose State.
yeah,
USC will score as many points as they want to in that game.
yeah.
With
Vanderbilt, that'll be the only time of the year they're 18-point favorites.
That's for sure.
They're playing
You're-
Hawaii.
you're gonna
folks.
have Hawaii coming in and playing in that heat, and humidity, and Vanderbilt. That team, the rainbows will melt in that game.
Yeah.
They will melt.
Yeah, a bunch of kind of snoozers after that. Jack State, UTEP.
Yeah.
Not much else going on week 0, but we get some football nonetheless. And
Yeah,
then we go to
birthday-
Thursday
my
night.
birthday on that Thursday. There's some decent college games that night.
Yeah. Yep.
Nebraska opens with their new coach at Minnesota.
Yep.
Florida-
Nebraska open up with Minnesota.
Florida's going to Utah.
Florida going to Utah.
That'll be a surprisingly solid game. That Utah team's going to be very good again.
Yep.
They return their stud quarterback. They do lose Dalton Kincaid to the Bills, who I think, by the way, be a very nice fantasy sleeper tight end for some of you late in drafts. I will be grabbing him late in the one league I do, and
Where's he at?
he went to Buffalo.
Yeah.
He's going to be he's the perfect slot guy.
Yeah.
He's not a great blocking tight end, but he's going to be a matchup nightmare for, with them having Diggs on the outside, assuming Diggs stops being a whiner.
Yeah.
Boy, that's like I kind of came prepared to talk about a team I'd bet on, a team I'd bet against, and a team I'd avoid betting completely in each division. And right now Buffalo's a team I'd be betting against in that division. They're
Yeah. I think I got a little, maybe a
that
little.
division's tough. They lost the heart of their soul, their defense to. He went to Carolina in the offseason. They lost another one of their stud defensive players to free agency. Stephon Diggs has turned into Terrell Owens and Antonio Brown combined. He became, Buffalo was 9-1 last year when he started whining about not getting the ball enough, and Buffalo faded down the stretch. Was incredibly fortunate to beat Miami in that home playoff game.
Yeah.
and then got busted out by Cincinnati, dominated by Cincinnati
Yeah.
at home. And the next game, the Bills have not looked good coming. They did not look good coming down the stretch. Like I said, they had some major offseason losses. Really didn't sign anybody. I mean, getting Kincaid was a nice pick, but I think they'd have been better off using that pick on a defensive player. But yeah, and by the way, Miami, I already told you, I'm betting on the Jets. Miami's a team I'm avoiding. Miami's got incredible frontline talent, but I don't trust Tua, who's 2 concussions
to
last
trust.
year. He had 2 concussions last year, and you watched the plays. You're like, how did he get concussed from that? He wasn't hit. I'm still kind of befuddled. I was looking at his season passing yards, and I'm strongly considering playing that under because I don't think he's going to be able to hold up. I mean, he didn't get hit much last year, and he couldn't make. He didn't play in 4 games. Now, granted, he was phenomenal in the games he played, but his total was 3,900 yards. I just don't know if his head can take it. I mean, I'm being literal there. I mean, there's something about it. I mean, he's definitely fragile for a quarterback, and anybody that takes a hit like that isn't happy. But okay, here's the rules on the Hard Knocks. If you have a first-year head coach, if you made playoffs in either of the last 2 seasons, or if you've appeared in the last 10 years, then you can refuse to be on Hard Knocks.
You can refuse it with that criteria.
You can refuse it with that criteria. Every team in the NFL except 4 did not, could refuse it. The Jets and the Commanders were 2 of the 4. I don't remember the other 2 off the top of my head.
Houston?
First year. No, Houston's got a first-year coach.
What's their over/under? We talked about this. I forgot.
I think they were 5.5.
Yeah, something like that.
They've actually got the new season totals up right now, where it's where it just has the flat total. And remember I was talking about Atlanta a few weeks ago. Atlanta's now 8.5 with over juice. So there's tremendous amount of money going on Atlanta in the AFC South, or excuse me, the NFC South.
You've already bet it, didn't you?
I bet Atlanta to win Atlanta in the first week, laying -2 against Carolina. Right now it's -3 plus juice, or minus
Wow,
juice.
look at you.
Atlanta's now.
Huge.
Yeah, you got and
Huge.
and like I bet Indy plus 3.5 at plus 115. Now they're minus 115. So I mean, there's been some pretty significant movement in on some of those season totals. The Giants are 7.5 under 120.
Matt says that seems like a good under spot. Texans under 5.5. I don't know. I kind of like the over. What do you think?
I mean, you don't know how this C.J. Stroud's going to do. I mean, if he does decent, they could win 6 games or 17 games now. I don't like it at all. There's too much unknown.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you remember when we were looking at the schedules, the Souths play the Souths. So basically, the worst of the NFL is playing the worst of the NFL.
Did you say South?
The Souths.
Oh, the South. I know all about
the
South.
AFC South and
Big
the NFC South play each other this year.
Yeah.
So you're getting the worst division playing the worst division.
You guys aren't drinkers. You would know what South means if you're drinkers.
South. I get it.
South.
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 SOUSED. South.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah,
the fish just hadn't bet the hook yet. I'm still fishing. I know what we're doing. I'm just nothing's bit yet.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm not impressed by any of the 8 teams in either of those 2 divisions. But one of them's you're gonna have one of them in each division. I really believe it's gonna shock you. And yeah, everybody's picking Jacksonville right now. And with reason. In the AFC South, Jacksonville's definitely the team everybody's on. But I said it's very difficult to overcome being down your best offensive lineman.
What's the
you can't
score?
protect your quarterback.
Hey, what's the score of the baseball game? Cardinal game.
The Cardinals
Yeah.
baseball game?
Yeah.
0-0.
Is it still? All right.
Yeah.
So we need the Cardinals and a win. First to score, and a win. Damien made me a bet for me.
I thought you hit Nolan Arenado home run.
Yeah, I have 3 things.
Oh.
Yeah, but one of the bets he made for me: Cardinals to score first and win the game.
Oh. I just didn't like him tonight. He's got 2 ERA, man. I can't take him against a guy with a 2 ERA.
I mean, I can't believe it. You don't want to bet the Cardinals with the way they've been playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when I was
Yeah.
off the last 4 weeks, I didn't look at anything in baseball. Not for the whole entire month. I didn't watch a game. I didn't watch a play. I did watch the NBA championships, and I did watch the NHL championship, and I thought they were both pretty good. I mean,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
NBA was all right, but it was what we thought it was.
yeah, I liked the 2 series before that, right? Was it right? So going into the championship, I
Yeah,
thought
the conference finals.
yeah, I thought Miami, that was fun to watch.
Miami,
Yeah,
Boston,
yeah,
yeah.
the Miami Boston was incredible
Yeah.
to watch. Incredible.
Denver sweeping the Lakers was very enjoyable for me.
Yeah, anytime LA.
I'm not a
anything
big Laker
loses, I
fan.
like it.
I'm not a big Laker.
despise-
I'm not a big LA anything.
I
fan.
despise LeBron, so
Yeah, I don't like LeBron either. He's not very likable.
no, he's not.
He's not a very likable person.
I'm going to
Oh.
take my talents to the restroom. I mean,
Oh, we set him up and he knocks him down, folks.
By the way, if you guys remember, about 6 weeks ago, I went on a rant about how pathetic the Pirates were and what they were going to do, and they weren't going to bring up their top players until after the 2+ arbitration deadline hit.
Yeah.
The Pirates had lost 8 in a row. I said they'd bring them up on Father's Day. They brought up 2 of their top 3 prospects the day after the 2+ arbitration would end. They brought up 2 of their top 3 prospects after losing 8 in a row.
Wow.
And both those guys are hitting 300 right now since they've been back up,
Yeah.
since they've been called up. And now the other thing I was worried the Pirates were going to do is, from all reports, it looks like the Pirates are going to take that high school outfielder instead of either one of the 2 LSU studs to save money on the draft.
Wow,
And
really?
if you remember, I ranted about that on why it's so hard to be a Pirates fan. And that's what it looks like Pittsburgh's going to do. The MLB draft is next week during the All-Star break. And like I said, it's just a very, very frustrating time to be a fan of.
well, how many
anything
wins
in
do the Pirates have?
Pirates are at 40 wins. They're
All they got to do is go over 60. They could
well,
hit
that has
67.
that had nothing to do with it. They had it, they were a legitimate, they were in first place before they've lost the 8 in a row and wouldn't bring up anybody. It just very,
You're the
very
bottom
difficult.
There will be
What-
a career
This
defining. This will be a career defining year for Trevor.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's from Matt.
like I said, he's got a absolutely legitimate number 1 wide receiver, and
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley's just going to go off this year because Jacksonville's going to throw the football a ton. That's where all their advantages are on offense. With the receivers they have, ATN's very good out of the backfield with Evan Ingram.
We had a saying at Clemson. It was called "Give the ball to ETN." Give the ball to ETN.
Well, the problem with Jacksonville missing those 2 offensive linemen is their run block. They were their best run blockers as well.
We were talking about Hard Knocks. He's talking the other 2.
Oh, the Saints and the Bears were the other 2 teams that could have
Oh,
qualified
okay.
for Hard Knocks.
I don't like the Bears. I never could get into the Bears. Not a big
The
fan.
Bears made tremendous upgrades through their whole roster this season.
What's their over under?
7.5,
7.5.
I believe
lot.
it was. They made tremendous upgrades through their whole roster. They may have improved more than anybody they did improve more than, in my opinion, they did improve more than anybody in free agency.
Who are the Saints going to go with their quarterback?
They got Derek Carr from the Raiders.
They did get Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got Carr.
I think that's a huge upgrade.
It absolutely is. They were hamstrung by the salary cap. They really couldn't do much of anything else.
What's he making this year?
I think he
30?
was like, I think his salary this year isn't very high. They gave him a big signing bonus so they could spread it out for the salary cap reasons. But I think his salary this year is fairly low. But obviously he got $30 million or whatever up front. They could spread out over the 4 years of
Who
his
does he have to
contract.
throw to?
Chris Olave, the former Ohio State standout, he'll be the number one wide receiver for.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
He'll be the number one wide receiver for New Orleans. So,
I love it.
yeah,
That's
Hey,
I miss that. I miss that.
they also have the oft injured Michael Thomas, who's been
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna
yeah.
ask where he's been.
ever since he got paid 3 years ago. He's been the biggest prima donna in the NFL. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's played like 4 games since. He got his contract, he got paid, and he quit. And he shows up every preseason to quit again before the season starts. I have no respect for that guy. None.
What did he get paid?
Yeah.
How much did he get paid?
I don't remember. He got a huge
He got
signing
a massive
bonus.
max
He
contract.
got a massive contract with a huge signing bonus, and then he
went to the islands instead.
Then he developed.
See ya.
Then he developed menstrual cramps.
Menstrual
Wow.
cramps.
Wow.
And,
love it.
And they return every preseason.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine going into the year, and as soon as whatever. What a waste.
Hey, the college odds makers must have been listening to me.
Did
They
it go
know the
down?
disrespect is not right. They've moved the
Clemson's down to
national championship odds
1,400 now.
are 14-1. They were
They-
21-1.
They were
22-1
As
They're
of when? As of when?
14-1.
As
They-
of when?
when we did this a month ago. We were talking about it. We talked about Clemson and
Yeah, they were down there with the tomahawk choppers of Florida State, 20-1.
Did
Yeah,
you bet him at
14-1.
22-1, John?
no,
No, I hadn't done anything. Yeah, we had to wait.
like I said when we started today, I said we might have to listen to John for 18 weeks to college football season because
We are.
14. Oh, another thing.
Oh,
Clemson's
Jesus.
Clemson's
Another
going
thing.
Clemson's going to be good.
Another thing.
I'm gonna lose an
You know,
eardrum.
I'm tired of listening to these Tennessee fans. That's what I'm tired of listening to. Mr. C. Lancelot, whoever the heck that is, I get in a Twitter war with him this week. He runs his mouth about Tennessee. I was big on Tennessee last year. I'm like, they're going to win some games. They're going to be good this year. And then they have one decent season. I got to listen to them for eternity now. Let's take a break. Let's do that. Let's take a break, and then we'll get into C. Lancelot when we get back.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, we'll take a
Sounds
couple minute
good.
break. We'll be right back.
C. Lancelot.
Domination, domination, domination.
I've got a golden ticket.
That's a winner! Domination, domination, domination.
I've got a golden ticket.
That's a winner!
Go, John.
All right, guys. Yeah, we're back. DraftKings at Casino Queen. It's a pretty busy day for a Thursday night, David.
Yeah, not a
Yeah.
lot going on.
Yeah,
Not a lot
considering
going
there's
on,
nothing
but,
going on. Yeah.
You know, we got some baseball action going on nonetheless. You know, I hit 2 Nerf bets in the beginning of the day or beginning of the 6 o'clock game. You know, no runs in the Cardinals game and
Yeah,
no
you-
runs in the Phillies Rays.
You were opposite. I had the over. I bet there would be a run in the Cardinals game, so I lost on that one. So
Yeah,
one of us was going to be happy, and it wasn't me.
we've been smoking.
Yeah, but I have seen many times where you are happy.
Yeah.
But it's always, what have you done for me lately,
That's-
right?
yeah,
When it comes
yeah.
to gambling and you gamble every day, yesterday
I
doesn't
don't-
matter.
I hadn't- I will tell you, I hadn't been down here and placed a bet since the since game 5 of the Denver series.
So a little history on being a gambler, right? We'll tell a little tiny story, and it's not going to last long because most of my stories are half hour long. So I made a decision, early in life. It's like, when I gamble, do I want to win or just want to play, right? Do I just want to be in action? So I came to the conclusion, the only reason I want to win is so I can keep playing. So that's what I came to the conclusion of. So when you gamble every single day, it's very
What
hard.
have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
There you go.
The wins help the next day.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's what have you done?
It's
for
a
me
lot
lately?
easier if you have a real job when
Uh,
you're gambling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you got, I don't know too many people that can beat it on a daily basis.
I came down here and I bet 3 things just because I was going to be on. Just because I'm here.
Right.
I lost the Cardinals scoring a run in the first, or the Cardinal game scoring a run in the first. I bet a Pittsburgh over parlay tonight with the Dodgers, and then I also bet
That
I
hit
bet,
the other night.
Yeah.
Hit Tuesday, right?
yeah,
Tuesday that crushed.
Yeah.
and then I bet Toronto against the White Sox, and that game is scoreless in the 11th.
Oh, wow.
So that-
Sorry.
But you had the Blue Jays.
I have the Blue Jays.
You had the Blue Jays.
So
What are we
did
doing
they-
here,
It's
John?
almost top of the 11th still. 0-0.
yeah, well that's what I mean. It's scoreless
Wow.
after 10.
It's hard to get 0-0 top of the 11th.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm,
that's here. When he's just twisted in your side. That's really
Wow.
hard to do, Damien.
well, they haven't given up a run yet either, so I haven't
But you
lost
had the
it.
Blue Jays to win, right?
Yeah,
He's
Tatum
still
win.
alive. It's 0-0.
Yeah, but he had the over.
No, I didn't.
Oh no,
Oh,
he
I
did.
thought you said you had the over.
No, I bet a Pittsburgh over
Oh,
parlay.
yeah. What's that score at?
They haven't
It
started
has
they're
yet.
starting.
They're in LA.
West Coast.
West Coast.
That pays huge odds. So
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's
Straight out of
Pittsburgh's a significant underdog.
Pittsburgh is straight out of
All
Compton.
right, so what do we
that
got
was-
on the
But
screen?
yeah, so anyway,
what do we
David,
got? What do we got?
you know, like I said, these Tennessee fans have been running their mouth for about about 6 months now. All they've been doing, they have, like it says here. I had a friend of mine kind of chime in on C. Lancelot when we were going back and forth this week. And he says, well, you have one decent season in 20 years and you talk reckless. That about sums it up. But, this is everybody's doubting Clemson. You can't scroll a Twitter post without seeing, you saw what they were last year without Venables and an elite quarterback. Dabo's trash, and Clemson's going down the toilet fast, but not fast enough. Yeah. See, Lancelot, I got the receipts, buddy. I'm keeping those receipts for about 6 months. I'll be coming back with that about 6 months from now. I promise you that. I know where we're going to be.
This is all year.
Yeah,
David.
hold on, David. I know where we're going to be. Let's see here. We're going to be. I'm seeing if it's January 9th again.
You got his
college
mic turned down a little bit.
Football.
I will tell you, I seriously doubt we're going to see Clemson on January 9th, but I fully believe we'll see him on January 2nd or it'll be December 31st, I guess, I believe.
No, that was SoFi 24. Got the wrong. Hold on. Got the wrong date typed
Hold
in.
on.
24.
Hold on.
Here it is, right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Here it is.
NRG. That's that Houston place. Yeah. So yeah, I know where we're going to be. We're going to be in Houston, Tennessee. You're not going to be anywhere near it because you can't find a defense for anything. They have no defense. They're what Clemson used to be 10 years ago, wishing they were what Clemson is now. That's really what Tennessee is. So, and it's sad because I wanted to cheer for Tennessee a little bit last year. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Tennessee's going to be better than people think they are. Yeah, but now the fans are thinking Tennessee's better than they think they are, and that's the problem. So these Tennessee fans have been nauseating.
Oh, I mean, they've had to listen to Alabama fans for the last 20 years. They finally
come
got
on,
good
John.
for 1 year. You cut them some slack.
No,
they've
not
been
when,
they've been bitch slapped by Alabama for the last 20 years.
yeah, but now all they're doing is running their mouth about Clemson.
They beat Alabama last year. They're happy to be running their mouth about anything.
Yeah,
They haven't been able to talk anything about
So
anybody.
you're telling me
forever.
Clemson fans don't run their mouth?
not like this. Not like you saw what they were last year.
If you were horrible,
without Venables and an elite quarterback.
if you were horrible for 20 years and you finally had a year to brag about, you don't stop now. You would never stop.
I know.
Dabo's trash and Clemson's going down the toilet fast. What is he smoking?
Where's my T-shirt?
Dabo's trash.
Where's my T-shirt?
Clemson's going down the toilet fast. What toilet is he watching?
I'm not getting.
He
a
ain't watching
T-shirt.
the college
I don't-
football toilet
I don't
because
think.
they're not going in that one.
Well, first of all, it's been
You know what
eight,
you
eight
should do?
months since he said he had a T-shirt
Yeah.
for me.
You know what you should do?
8 months.
You need.
I'll
You
get
need.
your T-shirt,
you need-
David. I ain't worried about that. I got to see Lance a lot to take care of.
You need.
We're at war, and you're talking about T-shirts.
It's an excuse.
You should go buy a
Yeah.
Florida State T-shirt, wear it opposite him on Clemson when they play.
I
on the
like my
25th.
life.
He's not going to do that.
I might just
Damian.
not. I might just not.
That's
have fun.
silly.
I might put it underneath my Clemson T-shirt that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's just. But nah, he ain't gonna do that.
This is
I'm
a see,
trying.
This is a
I am
see-through
trying to
Clemson
be a
shirt
Clemson
right here.
fan through John, and 8 months later, I'm not even gonna have it before the season started.
Yeah, well, I ain't worried about your shirt. We'll get your shirt.
I am worried about my shirt.
Yeah, we'll get your shirt.
It doesn't
Yeah.
exist. If you don't give me my shirt before we actually go to a game together this
I ain't
year,
worried about
you're
that.
buying me one while I'm down there.
We'll
I'm
figure
gonna
out what
watch
game
you
we're going
spend the
to.
money to buy me one that I
You
should have
should. You
already
should
had.
go to the Florida State game.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know.
one you should
That's gonna
go
be the
to.
pizzazz.
That's absolutely.
That's
if
gonna
you're-
be the pizzazz.
Man, if you're going to go to a game, you go to the
College
game.
game day is gonna be there.
Absolutely, they
What
will.
is that gonna be a noon start?
Hell no.
That'll.
3 o'clock?
No.
I'll tell you,
But
if Florida
it's the night
State,
game.
beats LSU the first week,
Yeah, we need
if
Florida
they
State
beat-
to beat LSU.
if they beat LSU the first week, that'll be the 7 o'clock ABC game.
That's gonna be a long day tailgate.
Oh,
Oh, I
Even
will
better.
not care. I'll show up at 2 a.m.
even better.
Spot the ball. We'll show up at 2 a.m. Spot the ball. Let's go. And there'll be 83,000 of
What
my
kind of food?
closest
Wait,
friends with
all right,
me.
I love food, right? So what
Yeah.
kind of food can I get in the tailgating at Clemson? What's going on there? You like everything with cheese.
I-
so
I
I'm
will say
assuming
I
a
have
lot
not-
of mac and cheese.
I have not
right?
heard great
No,
things
you
about
got a bunch of
Clemson
Bojangles
tailgating.
stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bojangles.
Do they have a
stuff.
truck out there?
Truck?
A food truck.
Nah, you don't get a bunch of food trucks.
So how do you get
that
this
takes up
Bojangles?
space where people can park, David.
Okay, so how do you get a Bojangles? fried
Bojangles about
chicken?
2 miles away up,
How do you get there?
you drive,
Well, you don't want to lose your spot.
get it before you go.
Okay.
See, that's what I
I mean, what-
I remember
Nah,
tailgating in
Hoover's
a
bad
Rams
shape
game.
on that.
Tailgating in a Rams game. The only time I've ever been tailgating at a Rams game. It was one of their last seasons
They had
here.
Cement,
People
though.
you walk around and people would just say,
people.
"Hey,
Yeah,
you
people
want some
give you
food?"
food.
They
Yeah,
just give you food. Does
Yeah.
that happen?
I'm
there?
like in Pittsburgh they do
Here,
that.
come on in.
tailgate before the
Hang
games.
out.
Man, people
Yeah.
invite you in.
The
Yeah.
cool thing about Clemson Stadium is there's not parking lot. It's just fields, like grass fields. That's what's cool about it.
But I've
There's
never
no
heard
big
it.
Well, it's
parking
cool if
lot.
it doesn't
Well,
rain.
you know what? It's most of the stadiums are like a circle, and then you see parking lots, right? And that's where you tailgate. That's the cookie cutter stuff. Like, Clemson's like all these fields and cool stuff. So, yeah.
Where do you park?
Basketball stadium's right near it, Little John. Let's go. Anyway, where do you park?
Wow.
You
It's
buy
not
a
even the
parking
season
spot.
yet, Damien. Do you see what I'm with every
Well, hold on a
week?
second. You asked me where you park. You buy a parking spot.
How far away from the stadium?
Depends on how much money you want to pay.
What was it cost? $100?
Not for one by the stadium. About $350.
What?
Absolutely, it's an all-day thing. You get there 7 a.m., 8 a.m.
$350 to park your car?
It's what it is, and they get it. They get it. They charge it, and they get it, bro.
Where do you park?
I got about 4 passes usually, so
Okay.
just wherever everybody wants to go.
John,
I
we're
sell
working
them.
on it. John had press passes last year that he didn't use. So we
I
got
don't like being up in the booth. I like being everybody with amongst the people.
I understand, but I would
Yeah.
like to get him to at least go experience it
Okay,
for the
Yeah.
first quarter or something. Plus, we got to
do
do
it before the game, not during.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Before
fine.
the game, during the game, you got just like Florida State game, a night game, Damien, in the Valley. You
I
got to be
believe it
amongst
will
the
be.
people.
We are going to try, and I
You
don't know
gotta
how to
be
work, but
amongst the
John and
people.
I are going to try to do our show from Death Valley.
Well, Russell's going to have to help us with that because I don't, yeah, the thumb
You
is
got
going to have
the
to help
thumb.
us with that. Yeah.
Well, we'll buy a what do you call it, a tripod for a
Now
phone.
Russell's going to tell us what to do. David, let's not pretend like we know what we're doing. David, Russell will just
Can you
get us
can
going.
you log in like you can on the computer to a phone?
Whatever you can
Yes?
do.
You can get
Russell
on my
knows how.
phone, remote access to my phone. God, that's scary.
Well, be that as it may.
He knows my password and everything in my phone. He could. Oh, yeah, he always says, "Don't worry about it. Just give me your phone code.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that."
But yeah, I think Florida State's a good one. Florida State's a good.
We are good.
know.
Apparently.
If you don't
Apparently,
go,
we're
if you don't
very
go to
good.
that one, if you don't go to that one, I'd say Notre Dame.
That's what he said.
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame.
Notre Dame.
And I always wanted to see
I believe
Notre
it's
Dame
right.
live.
I believe it's right at the beginning of November.
It is not for the lottery. Sports gambling show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
For
a
the
radio
sports
show.
book. There's a sports book there. We do it for the sports book.
Yep.
Yep.
See it? We're right up there on the television.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
Yep.
We get asked that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you giving away?
Who are you guys and what do you want?
What are you giving away? What do you
giving
got?
away?
I-
What do you got?
What do you got?
I
What are you
wish
giving
somebody-
away? We got the
somebody-
winning
What do you
ticket. Where do you get the winning ticket at? Well, yeah.
why don't anybody come and say, what can we give you?
You know what the funny
That
thing
would
is
be
we've
nice.
spent a year here. We've only been here a year, which is hard to believe.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
August will
Could be
be a
coming
year.
up on a year.
Yeah, so we've got a month. We got a month. I think 5 weeks until our year anniversary here at DraftKings Casino Queen. And every time somebody goes by, you have me on, have me on, have me on. I got the winning ticket, right? And I said, well, when your 8-teamer wins, you come on and talk about it. You know how many people we've had on? Zero.
Zero. Yeah.
But I mean, but we did have one guy show us a really nice ticket on his phone, right? He had a couple big scores, thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that guy. That was during
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, during Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't shy.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, he did show us some nice tickets.
Nothing was less than 1,000.
Yeah, but he had one for like 8,000, right?
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are nice scores.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I'm just ready for the season to start.
No
though,
kidding.
David.
really.
God, I can't wait.
All right, I'm gonna say this one more time and I'm done.
What?
I want my shirt.
Yeah, we'll get you a shirt, David.
No,
Dang.
no, we'll get you a shirt. You said you already have one.
I tried to find it the other day. I was looking for it.
Now we have finally admitted we are
No,
now I
I
have
didn't
tried
really-
to find it.
The
And I
truth-
know
It's
this is
somewhere at the
this
house.
Truth
is-
has come
this is-
out.
this is old news. I know this is boring for some of our listeners, but for me, I'm not giving up. I want my T-shirt. If you want me to be a fair weather fan of Clemson, I want my shirt.
No, but there won't be no fair weather. We get you down to the valley, you'll be a lifer, my man.
Oh well, I gotta have the what do you call it? The garb, right? I don't know what they call it.
Why
but-
are you worrying about it?
Because you don't have it.
We'll give it to you.
See, he finally admits that
No,
he
it's
doesn't
not.
have it.
Listen to me. I tried to find it when you was in Tampa. I'm like, I'm gonna
How
give
can
it to
you-
him when he.
But if you
How
would
hard
have
is it to
right.
find a Clemson?
If you would have given it to me when you got back,
I gotta.
How
Thank you.
hard is
No,
it
no,
to find
no,
a
no.
Clemson shirt?
No, Damien, it's the
I
one
could go into St. Louis and find a sports store with
Right.
a Clemson shirt
Right.
It's the
It's
one
not
I
hard.
bought him in November.
in November.
Yeah.
in November.
And if you would have given it to me when
what
you
month
got
is
back,
this?
It's July.
It's July, so what's that? 8 months?
Yeah,
Yeah.
8 months.
You're not looking real good here.
I tried to find it. I said, Sarah, I was telling Miss Clemson, I said, have you seen David's shirt? She said she hadn't seen it. And I said, we in bad shape because I don't know where it's at.
The dog's
That my
probably
bottom one's for you.
the dog's probably sleeping on it.
T-shirt to, you got that heart there. John, get your T-shirt.
Here, just
To clog the toilet. Oh, yeah.
oh, Matt, you just started something.
They not getting flushed down no toilet. No.
The
Yeah,
dog, the
that
dog,
thing
the
see
dog's,
Lance
the
a
dog's
lot.
sleeping on it.
See Lance a lot. What
Yeah,
a
he
loser.
gave it to the dog.
Gave it to the dog. The dog.
Cut off the
and
sleeves and put
his
the dog.
wife probably gave it to the dog. The dog probably wears it around the
But he
house
said he
during
bought-
Clemson games.
You said you bought like $500 worth of Clemson stuff.
I can't remember. Is that what it was?
That's what you said.
Okay. Well, I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
If you-
believed you there was a T-shirt for me.
Well, I buy so many stuff. I can't remember how
So
much
many
it
stuff.
was.
You buy so many stuff.
You know,
I
this
buy
is
so many Clemson stuff.
he's
you know?
sounding worse and worse. I got all this Clemson stuff. I bought it back in November. You're gonna get your shirt sometime
I
soon.
lost it, I think.
I love
Ah, there it
But
is.
He had $500
And there it
worth of
is.
other stuff that he
Alright.
could have given you one of those.
I know. And
Yeah.
there it is.
You-
I
You
lost
know,
it, I think.
I am
may
happy
find
now.
it, though.
I am happy that you finally admitted.
But it's not
Yes.
finally admitted. I didn't know I lost it until you were in Tampa.
I'm starting to think he should be committed.
I didn't know I lost it.
Until you were in Tampa.
Of course, the other 6 months since he bought it. You
Okay,
know.
enough of the T-shirt, John. I'm happy you admitted you didn't know you lost it until I went to Tampa.
Well, that's the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, I just wanted, but before I leave, 'cause I'm leaving at 7. I wanted to say something real quick that's absolutely crazy. I was looking at World Series odds. Okay, you know the Reds are 11 games ahead of the Cardinals right now. The Cardinals have a better odds to win the World Series than the Cincinnati Reds do at this point.
Wow,
Wow.
no way.
And what is it?
The Cardinals are 65-1 to win the World Series. The Reds are 70-1 to win the
Wow.
World Series.
Wow. Wow.
And
Crazy.
neither
your,
one of
your
them have a
division,
chance.
your division winning leading team who's 11 games ahead of your cellar dweller team, and they have worse odds to win the division
Wow.
or win the World Series. That absolutely blows my mind.
That
so-
blows my mind.
Yeah, so I'm just saying.
So
you know,
are they have the best odds in the Central to win the World Series?
I believe the Brewers were 50-1.
Oh, okay.
The Cardinals were 65-1. The Reds were 70-1. The Cubs were 100-1, and the Pirates were 200-1. So, I'm just saying it was just one quick crazy thing about that. And then, if you guys remember, I gave you guys 5 season baseball totals before the year started. Pirates over 65.5, which I did not bet because I don't like betting on my team.
Right.
I gave
I thought
that.
it was 67.5.
I gave the Cardinals under 88.5. I told you all they had no pitching. I played. This is the one that's questionable. I played Toronto over 91.5. They're just under pace right now. Then I bet Atlanta to win their division. Atlanta's up by 9 games right now. And then I bet the Mets under 95.5. So
And where are they sitting?
the Mets are like 7 games under 500.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah. My
those-
Metsies are making a little run, though.
Yeah, well, they're running from 5th place to 4th place is about all they're running.
4th to 3rd.
You know, they're still behind the Phillies, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mets are not a threat to do anything.
If we get a pitcher, we got to get a pitcher.
You know, you got to get
Cardinals need a
Got
lot.
to make a move. We can be
Card-
back in it. You know what keeps us in it? Money man.
six teams making the playoffs. I think.
Money man keeps us in it.
Yeah.
The richest owner in baseball.
Yeah. He spends a lot of money, but nothing yet from it.
Yeah, I mean, the season's young.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Keep it on a run.
Steinbrenner spent the most money in baseball for a long time. You know, it's not how much money you spend; it's how well you spend it.
I think I'm going to go home and watch Moneyball tonight.
Why?
See,
I
I
like that
could not
movie.
get it. Oakland never won a damn thing. How the hell he got so famous out of that? Beyond me.
They probably won more games than they should have.
They never made the World Series under the Moneyball regime. you know,
I mean, but their payroll was
their payroll
nothing.
is nothing, but it's still in relation to now their payroll is
Yeah.
nothing.
They were
You
a
know?
miraculous, unbelievable flip from Derek Jeter from making the World Series.
So,
That Derek Jeter flip to get Giambi at the plate. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was a sick
I don't know.
play.
I
if
like
you're an
that movie.
Oakland
You
A's
don't like
fan.
that movie?
I couldn't
I'm either
watch
watching
it.
that or
I just,
21 tonight.
21 is more of a movie type enjoy it
Yeah.
than it is like believable, like
It's
like
based on a real story, but yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was entertaining. You know, the other, I know people haven't seen it. Seabiscuit's a great movie.
oh
I don't want to
Well,
get into
see,
movies too much.
you're-
I'm just talking about like sports and gambling movies. We talked about this before. Damien, you got a favorite one before you go?
favorite sports movie.
Sports movie, anything. Yeah, sports, gambling, anything like casino, whatever you got.
Oh man,
There's many.
I'm trying to. I mean, it kind of depends on what kind of mood I'm in. You know, if I want to laugh, I love Dodgeball.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
funny.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Nothing
wrong with that.
Yeah,
It cracks me
it
up.
does. Or a Happy Gilmore. But,
I like Happy Gilmore.
Tommy Boy. But
That's not a sports.
it's not a sports movie, but I'm just saying, like as far as a serious sports movie, I was a big fan of Brian's Song.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that was a great movie.
Love that.
There you go.
movie. That's
Okay,
a great
Brian's
movie.
Song. Check it out.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
And it's a great story.
Yeah,
It's great. And
that's
for
a good
those
call.
for those
I don't
of
know
you
if
who
too many
are
people would have picked that.
for those of
Yeah.
you who are
You seen it?
unaware of
Yeah, we had to
Brian,
reach deep in the vault for that.
yeah, for
Yeah.
those of you that are unaware of that, it was about Gale Sayers and Brian Piccolo,
Yep.
was the backfield of the Bears, and this is when segregation was still a big thing, and these two guys became very best friends.
Yes.
And Brian Piccolo was the fullback for Gale Sayers, and he ended up, I believe, he caught cancer, I believe it was, and he ended up passing away very, very young. But the whole story, it's a great story.
It's a great story.
It's just a great movie. I love that movie. So that's probably my favorite
This is coming
sports
up on WhatsApp.
sports movie.
The old Any Given Sunday.
That's a great movie.
That's
Thank you.
not bad either.
Yeah, the old. It had a ton of actors in it.
What's the one with Matthew McConaughey and Al Pacino?
Oh, Two for the Money.
Two for the
Two for the
money.
Money.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was a good one. But it's hard for me to find anything that tops Worm. Worm is an all-time classic.
Worm?
Yeah, Rounders.
Oh, Rounders. Love Worm.
Yeah,
Love
it's hard
And
to top.
You know what I'm
Worm.
going to tell you? A lot of people, but
Everybody's got a worm.
so my experience in the gambling industry. That's all I know,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, speaking of worm and
Uh,
poker and gambling, yeah. How about our friend Tachi winning the Gladiators tournament?
Oh yeah, we talked about it a little bit last week. You know,
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he won.
Yeah, Jason Simon, everybody.
My buddy
Yeah.
Big Matt, he's actually in the main event right now. He doubled up his chip stack, so he's doing
This
all
is day
right.
2.
No,
it's
still
day one. They got like 5 day
There's
ones.
four. There's
Wow.
4 day
They
ones.
think there's going to be
Four.
9,500 to 10,000 in this tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah,
It'll break
All
the
right,
record. But yeah, Jason Simon winning the Gladiators. So
I wanted to finish telling you this before I forget. The worm was the most real character in any gambling movie that I've ever seen. There is a ton of worms in the world.
oh yeah,
Yeah. And I mean that like
for
if
better
you-
or for worse.
if you've been around backroom card games,
Yeah.
you have met a worm, and like if you've ever played not in a casino and somewhere, there is a worm that appears not every day, but explain. Russell asked a good question. What is a worm, John?
Oh man, that's kind of hard to explain, isn't it?
Well, not really.
He was Edward Norton's character in the movie Rounders. For those that don't.
and I mean, right. So
Oh.
explain. He was
Oh,
an angle shooter,
he was
a cheat.
an angle shooter, a cheat, but a friend to those that he was a friend with
That he didn't cheat
that he didn't cheat
or angle shoot.
or angle shoot. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of casino.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some of those in the casinos at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there's
uh,
nothing better. Nothing
so
I
that was the
enjoy more
most
than
real
catching somebody
character
pull
I've
that.
ever seen in a movie
Yeah.
because of my
Probably.
personal experience in the gaming industry,
Yep.
especially around poker. There's always a worm.
Yeah, there's
Not
always
maybe not
somebody
to the
trying to
extent
pull
they took it,
something.
right?
Yeah.
But it's some kind of angle. Somebody is in there with an angle at all times,
Yeah.
and even in casinos too.
What are
Somebody,
your whole cards there?
yeah, whatever it is, there's some kind of, even if it's small, the smallest angle, somebody's looking for the shortcut.
You
Yeah.
know, another movie that, while we're talking on sports gambling, like I thought was actually somewhat crazy accurate was the one with Adam Sandler not too long ago.
Oh,
Uh,
the scout when he was the scout for the Sixers.
No, he was like a demented gambler, and he
Oh,
ended up
yeah, the diamond.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
how can I?
he was
forget
like a
this?
demented gambler. He hits a huge parlay and he gets
Find out the name.
because he
Yeah,
hadn't paid
it's
any,
oh, how do
he
I
hadn't
forget the
paid his
name of it?
debts, and I mean
He was a
that-
diamond dealer, a jewel
Yeah.
dealer. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kevin
for the-
Garnett was
yeah,
in the movie.
Kevin Garnett was in the movie. Yeah,
He's
and,
a degenerate gambler
a
doing like 18
hor-
parlays for 50,000.
yes,
Uncut
Uncut
gem.
Gem.
Yeah,
Uncut
uncut gem.
Gems.
Yeah,
Yeah,
uncut gem.
that. I mean, that was a crazy movie. I'm sitting there watching that.
That was
and,
really
and
good.
Really?
Oh
Adam
my God.
Sandler's amazing. in
This
He
it.
one
is.
has snuck by me. I hadn't seen
You haven't
it.
seen
You
this?
need to see that.
Oh my
It
god.
snuck by me. I'll watch it
The
tonight.
other
Not
one.
tonight.
The other
I'm
one
gonna
is
be
we're
on the
talking
road
movies.
tonight.
The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg.
Gambler.
Look
with
up The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg. Oh my god.
What was that one you told me on the 590 show we had? You said it was your best of all time, your favorite of all time.
Let It Ride?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let It Ride is a degenerate movie with Richard Dreyfuss and Jennifer Tilly. There's Terry Garr. He's a cab driver who has the best day of his life at the track. And yeah, I love all the DGen movies, but The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg, if you
Is that one any good?
it'll take you to the pure sickness of what this is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially for somebody who,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
And it's
Who-
got
who likes
the
Wait,
the
what
horse
did you mean
racing.
by that?
John Good.
especially for somebody who's
Wait
got
a
the horse
second.
racing.
What do you mean by that? Why would you point fingers at
Oh,
me?
was it a horse racing too?
No,
Oh no.
no.
But it's got John Goodman in it.
He plays a loan shark.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did
Well,
that one skip by me?
The local
Dude, I
guy,
have to make
John
a list
Goodman.
for you.
The
you'll be up-
Gambler and Uncut
You're going to be up all
Gems.
night. You're going to make the
I
show
knew the
tomorrow?
Uncut Gems one. I forgot about it, and I think several people said it's not that good.
Oh, I think it's
Oh
amazing.
no, it's
Okay, well
Yeah.
I got to watch it now then.
Is it? Let me see if it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems. It was earlier this year.
check out
I'm going to see right now.
check the Toronto score. See if that
Oh, what?
game's over.
Oh yeah, let's check to see if that Blue Jays score is
Yeah,
over.
while you do that, I'll do this.
Oh, it's 6-2.
He scored 6 in the top of the
They've
11th.
scored 8 runs in the 11th.
That
Who's
game
winning?
might go over.
Who's
It's
winning?
6-2.
Oh, Blue Jays.
Toronto.
Nice
Well,
job.
it's not over yet.
Toronto got 6 in the top of the 11th. The White Sox have got 2.
I think the total was 8 in that game
8,
too.
and there's a
How
runner
would you?
on first with
How would
nobody
you?
else.
How would you feel if you had the under in that
Oh,
game?
that'd be the sickest of. Oh my!
A scoreless game into the
God.
11th. I think the total was 8 in that game, and
It's 8.5.
8.5. How would you feel having having
Oh.
to sweat that one right now?
Unbelievable.
Oh my!
All right, guys. I
right,
do need
let's
to get
Yeah,
out
let's
of
take
here.
a break, and when
so
we get back, we can talk
Well,
about Tachi.
I
Our
will,
Talk
friend
about
Jason
Tachi.
Simon winning
Yeah.
the Gladiator, folks.
I
Let's do
will
that.
see you all in a couple weeks. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, Damien.
Domination, domination, domination.
I've got a golden ticket.
That's a winner!
Welcome back to DraftKings at Casino Queen. Damian left us. John and I will take it the rest of the way. John, we're having fun talking a little about movies. I can't believe you haven't seen Uncut Gems. I hope you go home tonight and watch it. You can't watch it on Netflix. It's not there any longer. We'll see if it's on Amazon Prime or something. Even rent it for $1.99 or whatever it is. It's worth it. It's worth every penny. You got to see The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg, and you got to see Let It Ride with Richard Dreyfuss. And Let It Ride is a 99 cents on $1.99 or whatever it is on Amazon Prime. Worth every penny.
Yeah.
I bought it for
Sure it is.
$9.99. I watch it 2-3 times a year, and it is hilarious. I mean, only if you like that kind of. Let It Ride. How much is it? On Amazon Prime, is it free? I have Amazon Prime subscription, and they charged me many moons ago. I paid. Thank you. Thank you. Soon. We're right here. Yeah, $3.99.
Yeah.
How much is it to buy it? $9.99. Oh, really? Okay, I bought it permanently for $9.99. All right, so let's talk about a little World Series of Poker. We did last week on 590 The Fan. We had a good time telling a few stories.
Yeah.
Right, telling a few stories, and we'll be John and I will be live tomorrow night at 590 The Fan, 6 o'clock, 6 to 7.
Yeah.
After Bernie Miklasz. So, we have anything scheduled for tomorrow? We have Micah Mills coming back.
Big UFC weekend with Micah.
Yeah, big UFC weekend with Micah. Maybe we'll talk a little more poker.
Yeah.
Give you a little more some updates. Maybe I'll reach out to Pizza and see how his month went.
Yeah, they've been recording a lot of content.
Yeah.
For the show.
What's that? Bring it back? Oh, Brittany? Okay. Yeah, I talked to her the other night. We're going to talk, we're supposed to talk next week about when she's coming back. So, what happened? What's going on here? I can't get the WhatsApp. Chats? Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. So, have you talked to Jason since his win? I mean, after you talked to him the first time?
Yeah, a few times, yeah. He's
So,
planning
what's
some
he?
more events.
Yeah, has he done any well? Has he done any good?
It's been probably 10 days, 2 weeks or so since I talked to him, but yeah. He's a great player, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always played solid. It's fun because what's fun about it is, a lot of us like you and I have known him for so long,
Right.
and it's like, me and Tachi have kind of the same style, I think. So it's like, anytime
There's a difference between you and him in your play.
Yeah.
He has a bracelet now and $500,000.
well, a lot of obviously. Well, aren't you just a genius, David Sharp? David Sharp, the genius. But no, we grew up in the same.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I've known him since I've been in St. Louis. So we grew up playing the same types of games and mixed games, and very similar style. So it's kind of like it's fun to see him win it. That's what I'm getting at. What an unbelievable score, though. $500,000, which some people say that, and some people complaining it's not enough money, David. That's what some people are saying for first place. But they're saying a lot of first place prizes should be at least $750,000, $800,000 for that tournament, probably. We talked a little bit about that on the 590 show.
Yeah. If you guys get a chance, you can go back and listen to the podcast on Spotify and or go to 590thefan.com and look under podcasts and the winning ticket. Segment 1 and 2 from last week. We talked about the World Series of Poker. They started the main event a few days ago. We have a few St. Louisans that have bagged some nice bags, and I haven't heard anything how they did yesterday. There was a day 2 yesterday.
There was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna look.
The schedule's insane, And there's Tachi. We're gonna put that on the screen so everybody can see Jason Simon, his bracelet, and kind of him celebrating the Gladiator win. That's what a win, It was a
$500,000 for 300. He had 6 buy-ins. It's $1,800, but nice return, right?
Yeah. for sure. So
Yeah, let me see what we got going on here. I want to see that picture that you got up there. The only way I can see it is by logging on.
picture I've got up there on
Yeah.
the screen. It's right here.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh,
I want to look at it right now.
is that big enough
No,
for
it's
you?
day one today. Thanks, Matt. There's 4 day ones, looking like at least 9,500 players. Yeah, that's a great picture. How come this is the picture that's coming up?
Oh, that's you
Well-
got the wrong one up. We got the wrong one up.
Yeah, I'll get the picture up here in a second. Yeah, let's see if we can get the.
Yeah, that's life-changing money though, man. That's incredible. Good for Jason. That's
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Anybody else from St. Louis? Have you heard? Anything? Yeah, stand by. Russell says.
No,
Stand by mode.
not really. But the main event is early, as they say. A lot of people going to day 2.
So
but,
when I played in
A lot of
2000,
day 2 start Fridays. What I've seen.
so when I played in 2014, there was
There's Jason.
I played day 1. There was a skip a day, and then I played day 2. So there was a day in between my day 1 and day 2.
Yeah, that's how they're doing it. But I think there's
Yeah.
like 2 days in between now.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be 9,500 is going to break the record.
Yeah.
So when Jason won this tournament that you guys are looking at, it was the second biggest tournament in poker history. But I don't know if that's with all these events now, 95 events. I don't know if it'll stay, but it's just an incredible feat.
I'm gonna look up,
So we're all
Here in
we're
a
all proud for
second.
Jason for sure.
see how many they have right now.
How many what?
I'm gonna see how many entrants they have right now.
Oh, okay. How
Yeah.
many? Yeah, I guess we could.
All right.
Let's
Let's
see that here.
chip counts, updates. Here we go. Main event. So far, there's 7,400.
7,400 so far.
And
Wow.
we have one more day 1, right? After tomorrow, we have, and they can still enter now. It's only 5:18 in Vegas right now. I think they can still enter.
So when will the
Only on level-
entries? When will the re-entries be done? Rebuys be done?
No rebuys.
Oh, there's no rebuys in the main event.
It is you one time. You can
Oh, I
only
didn't know
enter.
that.
Yeah, you can only
Okay.
enter at one time. Yeah, these are actually going to be 9,500 different people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
This
no
is-
rebuys.
this is one of the events that you cannot rebuy.
Yeah, I think I did know that. I just wouldn't.
Yeah. So you
Wasn't
start with
thinking about it.
60,000 in chips, and level 3 is only 200, 400. You get a lot of play for your money. I mean, but yeah, we had several
I mean,
that
you better.
won-
It's a 10K.
we had several that won their way in from some single table satellites or some. tournaments that-
How many out of the? Let's say it's 9,000. How many of those do you think are satellited?
I gotta believe
4,000, half the field.
I would say 2,500, 3,000, or some kind of like league, like their poker
Sure, that's what I'm
leagues.
saying.
Yeah, I would say
They didn't walk up to the window and give them.
or
You
or they won something while they were out there and decided to take a shot. I'd say 3,000, third of them.
Yeah.
I think I would say
So
60% just
Okay.
bought in the 10K.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people with a lot of money that come here to do it, right?
Right.
And some people don't even think about 10,000 like
That's
it's
true.
not.
There's people playing the high rollers, the 25K and stuff. So that's PLO and stuff like that. But they're playing the high rollers of that. But yeah, I think it's gonna surpass 9,000. So be interesting to see if it gets to that 10K mark for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if anybody from St. Louis is mentioned on here real quick.
It'd just be cool to see somebody make the final table that we know or
Oh,
know
yeah,
like that we've heard of. Because
right.
the last couple of years, it's been a bunch of guys that nobody has heard of around here.
St. Louis is Craig Welko,
You got a
59,
big stack?
87,000. This is early today.
Yeah,
He's
but that's
playing
just
today.
his day 1.
Yeah, but he's playing right now.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, he's got 27. I mean, it's nice to see his name in lights, right? It's early. It's early.
There's everybody's a lot. I mean, everybody's out
That's
there
better than
playing.
being out, right?
Well, everybody's better than being out if they're still in. But there's a lot of people still in.
Well,
They
this
start
is-
with 60,000, I think, right?
Yeah, 60. I'm just looking for Joe Hashem, who won it. I don't know what year he won it, but he's still.
Oh God, when was that?
He's
15
still-
years ago? No, more than that, maybe.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
it's,
06-ish.
yeah. So Craig Wilco from St. Louis has got a Michael Mizraki. God, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Yeah. No, this is pretty neat. I used to go
Yeah, we'll
usually every
see
few
next week how
days.
it kinda shakes
Jeffrey
out.
Copeland from St. Louis has 75,000.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it's
Slightly above
early.
starting. It's early.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's nice to see St. Louis's names
Yeah.
in there. Yeah.
See how next week how it shakes out.
I tell you what, I'm going to look at the last few first day ones and see if anybody, that already bagged. All right, let's go day. Look at that, day 2 ABC.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, look at that.
I've heard of an AB. I've
So
never
there's-
heard of an ABC.
Yeah, so they haven't started. That's A, B, and C all starting, and then day 2D, like today's day, will go against each day. It's really they'll have 2 day. Look at that. So day 1A, let's see who has 389,000 is the chip lead. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna see if anybody. There we go from St. Louis. Anybody from Missouri in the top. A lot of people are playing late.
So these are stacks going into day 2.
That is correct. These are already bagged stacks. I'm just seeing anybody from Illinois or Missouri, and then I'll look. I'm not seeing anybody in the top, but it doesn't mean anything.
Right. There's just
Yeah, there's
so
a lot
many
of people to
times.
go through. There's thousands of people to
Yeah.
go through, right? Yeah, but I think it's pretty neat. I like how you go to WSOP.com. It's pretty easy to navigate. It's pretty neat. And see, look, day 2 or day 1B, 287,000, 100,000 less in chips. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I played day 1C. I'm pretty sure I played 1C or 1B. I can't remember. But yeah, great experience. I'd love to do it again. I'm never putting up 10,000.
No, I never would either.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'm going to start playing again soon. I'd like to get back to that level. It's pretty neat.
I just don't like tournaments as much. I like cash. That's just me.
Yeah, but when there's 8 million, 9 million for first place,
I get it. I mean, I'd take a shot.
yeah, why not?
I'd play if the right circumstances
See?
presented themselves.
So day 1C, the leader has 386,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, five times the starting stack. That's huge for day 1. Yeah, you're gonna start to see day 2, the end of day 2, somewhere around 1 million. 800,000 will be the leaders. Yeah, it's a bunch of fun. Yeah, absolutely a bunch of fun. I'd like to see my buddy Scott Schaffman has 90K. I don't remember what day he played, but he's heading into day 2 at 90K. That's really good. Yeah, Scott won a single table. There's I think there's like almost 10 players from St. Louis that want a satellite to go out there. They put up 1,100, 1,175. I don't know if it was a single table, but certainly. Anyway, I just love this time of year, the main event. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's at a perfect time because it gets us, gives us something for these next week or two. That's just going to be brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll find something to bet on. I don't know if they do it anymore because I haven't been out in Vegas in a long time. But what's really neat, they used to set lines for the final table only because it would be like day 3 of an event or day 4 or day 5 of an event, just the final table, so you could sweat it. They used to come out with lines on the players to win the tournament, and I'm sure it was had to do with math and the player, right? But I bet one of my friends, Mike Wattell from Arizona, was at a final table for some multi game event, right? And he was 14-1 to win the event, and he came in.
Who was making lines?
No, the Rio was making lines on the final tables of every
Oh,
event.
the final table.
Yeah, the final
Okay.
table. So I went over to Mike, my friend Mike, before they started the final table, and I showed him my ticket, and he couldn't stop laughing. He goes, "I'm 14-1 to win this event," and he came in third and he got like it was like 2 outed or something, and he got in third. And he looks at me, he says, "I'm sorry, David, because I was sweating the final table because I put $100 on him at 14-1 to win the event."
Wow. So they put lines on every final table.
They
did
did
at that
that
time?
year. That year, I don't know if they're still doing it. So
I
if
doubt they
anybody
do it now.
anybody watches this is still in Vegas, I'd like to know if they're still the Rio's still doing that. No, Rio, it's not at the Rio anymore.
No,
It's at
Bally's. And
yeah. Go check that sports book and
Horseshoe.
see if you can bet it because it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find my buddy Scott Schaffman in here. 90,000. Let's see real quick. We're gonna get out of here in a few minutes. John, what else we got?
I got a little parlay in action right now. Baltimore in the over.
How's it looking?
I got more on it. I got Baltimore in the over. I got the under on the Cardinals game. and I got the over on Mariners Astros over 8. So yeah, Baltimore's up 8-0.
Really?
I think we're looking good there on Baltimore and
What's
the
the
over.
Cardinal game at? I know.
1-0 Cardinals in the 6th.
Hey, I've got the Cardinals to score first. Got that in already.
And to win.
And to win.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
I'd like the cash ticket. I haven't done it in a
I
while.
just got the under. So
Yeah.
that,
I'd like the cash. Damien bet that for me. I didn't pick it. But he got the Cardinals score first, Cardinals to win. And I believe that parlay was, I think, 5-1.
yeah.
Something like that.
Bobby
4-1.
Bonilla Day was yesterday.
Bobby Bonilla.
Still getting paid $1 million a year by
That-
the Mets.
For how long? Another 10 years?
2030,
2030.
some.
Yeah, 2030, 31.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
those of you that don't know,
Yeah, what's that? What was that arrangement?
yeah.
There he is. Scott Sheffman, 90,400. That's my
the,
buddy. I grew up with him. St. Louis Moan. Way to represent, Scott. Nice job.
But the owners of the Mets owed Bobby Bonilla several $1 million at the time, 25 years ago or something. And so they owed him several $1 million. And they came to him and said, we want to defer some of this money. So we'll pay you $1 million a year for 30 years or whatever the length of it was. Because what we're going to do, David, is we're going to invest the difference that we're going to pay you that we're deferring. We're investing it with, they invested it with?
I don't know.
You don't know who they invested it with?
I don't know the
I'm going to
story.
tell you.
I know he gets paid $1 million a year.
Yeah. They said instead of paying Bobby Bonilla $20 million, whatever we owed him, we're going to take the other $19 million and invest it with Bernie Madoff. The Mets invested
I bet they wish they would have paid him the $20
deferral.
million.
Yeah, they invested the deferral with Bernie Madoff.
Wow.
And they're still paying Bobby Bonilla $1 million a year to this day.
Wow.
And yesterday was Bobby Bonilla Day.
Wow.
Oh, Bernie Madoff got him.
I bet he buys the
Got him. Bernie got him.
Oh,
He
Bernie's
got
not doing so hot.
Yeah, but he got him.
Did you ever watch that movie? Speaking of movies.
Nah, I didn't watch that one. He's in a white collar jail though. He'll be all right.
His son killed himself.
He's
over it.
taking care of him. They're taking care of him in jail though.
Is he giving financial advice? David, are you still watching? I want to know what's up with Bernie Madoff these days. You got to know. Send a chat. Send a chat. Come on, David. Send me something on Bernie. We're running out of stuff to talk about. We're gonna be out of here in a few minutes. So David,
Bobby Bonilla Day.
yeah, we got to save a little bit for 590 tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. I think the Cardinals are officially finished though. I didn't say that. I was always on the give them time. They got time train, but I think the
Bernie died.
everybody's-
Bernie died.
Oh really?
Yeah, when did he die, David? He's not giving any financial advice now.
No. Mm-mm.
No, when did Bernie die, David? I'm curious. Let's see.
Matt saying, "Oh man, I lit up the."
12 million for first and all final. Bernie Madoff died in 2021. Okay, I guess I didn't hear about that.
Oh wow, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 2021. Oh man, it lit up the chat with the WSOP. What? Info.
Oh, he
Yeah.
lit up the chat.
Yeah,
with the
he
WSOP
did.
info. Okay.
Grinder, the Grinder. Is that a
Yeah.
Is that a movie?
You mentioned Michael Mizrachi.
Oh, the Grinder, Mizrachi.
Yeah. Come on,
Yeah.
David.
So I dealt to Michael.
Yeah.
His brother, believe it or not, was at this. It was a 25K PLO event in 2016.
Is that the one where the guy walked up to you? How'd you get a job
No,
here?
no,
No?
not
was
that.
the
Not
event?
it was the event, but not at that moment
Uh-huh.
because they were getting down to the final. Look up if you get a chance. Look up the 25K PLO event,
2014, you said?
2016,
16.
and I was dealing the final. I think there was the final 100 players all the way down. I did not deal the final table. I dealt to the final 2 tables. The TV tables, I wasn't allowed to deal because the guy in charge.
Imagine that.
No, the guy says, he goes, you can't do it your first year. He goes, I owe it to people to be in here a long time to deal with the TV tables. He goes, it's not that you're not good enough. He says, if you come back next year, I'll give you a TV table. And that would have been cool. I didn't go back the next year. Yeah, I couldn't get off the summer to do it, but that would have been cool. But I got to always deal, even the main event. I got the deal until the final 6 tables, which
Yep.
was pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what happened? You dealt to his brother?
So Robert Mizrachi
Yeah.
and Mike Mizrachi were at the same table in the 25K PLO event, and we had 2 St. Louisans in that event. They cashed deep. Kyle and Jeff Landers were there, and they were at separate tables. And I'm dealing to both of them, and they just looked over at me like, "What are you doing here?" But anyway, that's really cool. But Robert was not very nice to me. Not to say, I want to say not very nice. He was just, I don't know how to explain it. Not nice and not very nice. Mike Mizrachi, super nice. Actually told his brother to lay off me
Oh, really?
for a second. And Mike Mizrachi came to St. Louis downtown after that and remembered me. And a lot of people didn't know who he was right away.
Sure.
And then somebody recognized him, and everybody's like, "Oh, pretty cool," you know. But yeah, the Grinder came to St. Louis and played cash, and he was playing 2-5 and 1-3, 1-3. He was splashy. He didn't care. $300. Yeah, he didn't care. But he was here on some business deal. I guess he had a gold shop here. See, Matt, day 1 and B and C combined on day 2, and day 1D is still only plays with 1D until day 3. That's right. Day 1B was on July 4th, so it was a lot smaller. This year they are saying 12 mil for first, and all final tables will get people at the final table will get $1 million.
Yeah, that's standard.
Yeah, pretty close. It used to be 900,000 for the bubble.
Yeah, it's been $1
Right.
million though for about 12, 13 years.
I don't know about that long, but
Okay.
it's been $1 million for a while.
Yep.
But if you're the bubble, it sucks, and then
You
you
know,
then you
all
wake
the
up
thi-
with 900 grand.
All the things ESPN has done wrong lately, in my opinion, one of the biggest things they've done wrong is take the WSOP and poker off. Because when ESPN had it, I thought they did a good job.
They did a great job.
I did.
Yeah, they did a great job. It's Poker Go.
Now they don't have it. It's kind of like
Yeah, I think Poker
That
Go does a
sucks.
great job with it.
they do fine, but they don't have a network. They don't have a cable network.
Yeah.
So
You have to subscribe.
you have to subscribe for a lot of it. Some of it you don't.
No, because when I was watching Jason,
I
it
know
was
I
free.
didn't either, but that was part of YouTube thing, I think.
Yeah.
But no, it's just PokerGo doesn't have a channel. So that's what kind of hurts that. ESPN did a great job with it, and they've lost it probably 10 years ago or something. And I don't know. I thought they did a great job.
I used to love
them
watching.
losing it. That
I don't know
I
if
don't
they
know.
lost
They just
it.
fired about $20 million in talent. ESPN did about $20 million worth of talent. Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson, Gene
Keyshawn's
Wojciechowski's gone. Yeah, they're firing everybody. Jeff Van Gundy, they fired him.
Wow.
But yeah.
Did they say the reasoning?
Max Kellerman, budget money.
There's other stuff to watch now that obviously online. You can get your content in so many places,
and
right?
People aren't watching those morning shows anymore.
No.
They're just not. I used to watch the morning shows, but not anymore. They're just
Not
the
unless something
talent
big
is-
happens, right?
Yeah, the talent's
Oh,
just not very
The
good.
documentary on Netflix on Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, the Florida Gators. That's coming up. The documentary on the Gators.
Did you see the one on Aaron Hernandez?
That's the Florida Gators.
That's the Florida Gator one.
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez.
What do you
went
mean
to
it's
Florida.
coming on? It's already there's another one that's been on for.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of Aaron Hernandez
like
documentaries.
Oh no, this
but
one's like
Netflix
4 parts.
is making
A
one
new
in
one.
August
Okay.
on the Florida Gators
I
in
got you.
2008.
I got you.
That team that had Cam Newton and Tim Tebow and Aaron Hernandez and Urban Meyer was their coach.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Any final words before we get out of here?
No.
Russell?
Nope. One.
You're good, right? All right. Russell's good.
Yeah.
I'm good. It's great to be
yeah.
back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. But one week every week that goes by of this kind of valley of nothing was closer to football season.
We're getting excited. I have no idea what we're going to
Yeah.
talk about next week. Well, we'll figure it out.
I'll be ready to run through a brick wall, David. Yeah. Let's go.
All right. John's going to run through a brick wall this evening. Andy's going to look for my T-shirt. Listen, want to thank Russell for everything you do. Appreciate it. I appreciate you for filling in for me while I was on hiatus, and I want to thank Damien for joining us Sabbatical? Yeah, a little bit of a sabbatical. Until next week, guys. Don't forget to listen to us on 590 The Fan tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Until next week, thanks for watching.